What is the business of Vincent going to be? And for people who don't know, you can go to withvincent.com to go ahead and start searching all these different assets that are on there. And that is a delightful experience. I will say that. And it does keep you up to date and familiarize yourself with that. But that's not a giant business. What is the big business idea here in terms of business model?
So we have over 100,000 investors that have already used it, over 1 million searches, over 75 platforms that we're already partnered with. And we have something that's unique that no one else has is we know what people are looking at across the various assets. Very rarely can you compare, are you interested in collectibles versus crypto? And we have those percentages. And it's very interesting to use that because we're able to create an experience by having our design that people can go from one asset to another in seconds, as opposed to logging into a new tab, having to do AML, KYC, and figuring this all out. So the average user is looking at 25 deals across 7 platforms in 3 asset classes in a matter of minutes. And that experience was not possible before Vincent. And what we believe is if we can still become the trusted partner to the investors, there's a lot of monetization opportunities. The obvious ones are potentially a SaaS play off of the supply side, which is the originators, being able to get paid per click or being able to get paid per lead for the originators. There's an investor pro model that it's possible. There's a lot of investors that are asking us to do more and provide more feedback and more diligence and more support. And the holy grail is that we're able to leverage the data that we're getting to create potentially some proprietary products, which we're navigating all of that. We also already have some large banks that are reaching out to us that want to have access to our alternative investment data. Their PWM teams or their high net worth teams are trying to source unique deals for their clients, or they want to be able to see this quickly or understand the trends. And we have that trends and we have access to the data quickly at our platform. So we're young. We just launched on November 1st. So I wouldn't say the monetization is our number one thing. I would call this year a building year. But if we're able to become the destination of where you think about alts, so start with Vincent, we think there's a lot of opportunities of how to monetize.
I think just normalizing the data is also like a really interesting component of this. You can sort, hey, I want real estate deals. Hey, I want deals that are high alpha or a lower return profile or potential return profile. You can sort them by what the minimum investment is, right? Because some of the minimums are $500, other ones are $50,000. So depending on what your goals are, and you may want to see different types of offerings. So in a way, it's kind of like Zillow or Redfin, where if you're searching, you say, I really need 4 bedrooms because I got 3 kids and I need a home office and I don't want to even look at anything under 4 bedrooms. And there's some normalization that occurs here. I wonder about the community aspect to this. Have you thought about people discussing deals and handicapping them, et cetera?
It's a great question. And our product queue and our product prioritization process is very active right now. We don't even have a share button yet where you can even share the deal. So we're very early in our features. Obviously, trying to get it out quickly and get feedback. Definitely people are asking for those opportunities to communicate. And I think what you've mentioned in terms of the fetching is something you need to manage against and figure out how you want to get ahead of it. So yes, we've talked about Discords or Slacks or able to have discussions right there. We've also been having some of that dialogue on Twitter, or do we push that into other forums? That's still TBD. I can tell you that there definitely is a market of folks that want to learn. They want to talk to each other. They want to share with each other, because we're seeing that even with our Pulse newsletter, the simplicity of pulling together the most interesting 15 articles in alts across all of alts and sending it out for free once a week is something that we're getting love notes back about. Oh, this is so helpful. You saved me 3 hours of research that I just wouldn't want to have to do the work, or I would do it. And the fact that you did this for me in one email in a second is great. And back what you were saying about the house, the 4 bedrooms, a perfect example of that is trading cards are very hot right now. And whether you're going to Rally, whether you're going to Collectible, whether you're going to Otis, whether you're going to Dibs, whether you're going to these other platforms, you kind of want to know, what are all my options? And it's not as if Rally is going to tell you what's on Otis, and Otis is not going to tell you what's on Collectible. But you know that you're looking for a certain price deal, but you want to see all of them. You can just put that search in Vincent, save it, and we just send it to you. And there you have it.
So your real estate broker might tell you about certain homes, exactly, but they might leave out a couple because, they're repping this home and they're selling it. They get the double commission, whatever it is. Exactly. They don't want competition. What about rating the deals and rating the platforms? People do want to know what is the performance of these, and then maybe even rating the process. For example, with our syndicate, we require monthly updates from the founders, and we make sure the founders are willing to take questions directly from syndicate members, i.e. you agreed to that as well. Bit of a pain in the neck, potentially, was what we were told. It turns out most founders found it delightful. But this idea of rating the quality of the platforms, are you going to do that? Or is that another thing that could be incredibly divisive?
Yeah, again, this is right in the product queue. And the tricky part about that is, yes, we're getting a lot of requests and questions. So part of it is people know that the platform is a good platform, but they also appreciate who the founders are. So they're almost asking us like, oh, would you invest into this?
Yes.
Should I invest in this?
Yeah.
And the balancing act there is outside of those bits and bytes of the actual software. We have to make sure we're navigating the SEC rules around advisory and what are we allowed to say and what are we not allowed to say? And is this an accredited deal that we're marketing potentially to folks, or is this an unaccredited where anybody can have access to it? So we definitely want to find our solution there. There's the potential for a kind of Vincent Pro offering where you'll be able to sign up for a certain amount of money a month that you will get access to more proprietary diligence where you'll have analysts be giving you feedback per deal, per vertical, what's hot, where's it trending. And that's the sort of thing that we'll know once you're behind the wall. We'll know you signed up. And we just need to make sure we're doing it correctly from a regulatory perspective. But again, off the foundation of the search engine and off the foundation of having objective information and not having to push our own stuff is a really unique place in the market. And that's why we think we could be the on-ramp for alternatives.
Every startup needs to ensure they own their intellectual property, or IP for short. And that starts with filing your trademarks. I have 2 trademarks that are very, let's call it, generic, everyday words, launch and inside. People create confusing products all the time, and trademarks are critically important so that I can maintain control of my brand. If you don't know where to start, look no further than Brainbase File. It's a clean, simple, and automated trademark filing platform that gives anyone the ability to protect their best ideas. There is no need to spend thousands of dollars on lawyers to file your trademark for you. Now, you can do everything for yourself in a few easy steps. Brainbase File gives you goods and services recommendations using AI, so you can avoid back and forth with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, and you can eliminate all that human error that can happen. They offer full transparency into the U.S. PTO process, again, Patent and Trademark Office, with step-by-step notifications and real-time updates on your trademark's approval. You want to know where your trademark is in the process, and they do a great job of keeping you up to date on that. Let's be honest, no one likes dealing with trademarks, but Brainbase File makes it easy. So head to brainbase.com/twist and enter the code TWIST at checkout to file your first trademark now for just $169. That's a 15% discount. Thanks to my friends at Brainbase for giving us that discount. Brainbase.com/twist. And remember to use the offer code TWIST. Okay, let's get back to this amazing episode.